Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I could say, man. Listen, things are getting a little hairy out here. We all know that the whole D4vd case has been grinding to a halt very slowly. There's legal proceedings that will continue to happen, but in terms of the whole ooh, ah, wow factor, that's kind of going on a decline, right? But there's still somebody out there where I can smell a little desperation. There's still a few networks out there that really want to milk this shit. I don't know if ratings are low or some shit, but man, it's come to my attention that Hulu, the network, right? Hulu put out a whole documentary about D4vd and Celeste Rivas Hernandez, but they forgot one thing though. They forgot to actually add the name of the actual victim in the title. Instead of being like, the documentary of Celeste Rivas Hernandez and David, or the documentary of whatever, they call this shit, and I'm gonna show you guys in the intro, The Girl in the Trunk. But just wait until you hear the description of said documentary about the girl in the trunk. First and foremost, she was found in a Tesla frunk, not a trunk. Bro, I don't know. I feel like I'm smelling the desperation for ratings. I don't know what the fuck Hulu's doing out here. All I'm saying is they done pissed a couple people off. Let's go ahead and check this thing out, man. We got a few things to cover today. We got something else after this, including David's mom, but I'm gonna take my time with it. Let's check this out first. All right, so it's been a little while since I covered the whole D4vd Reddit, but there's a lot of people within this Reddit that fight on behalf of Celeste Rivas, particularly. There were a few bad actors apparently within this Discord, but they've been weeded out from what I understand, right? They posted something the other day, and it reads, right? They made a series on Hulu. Am I the only one just now finding out about this? And then when we open it up, we can see it full of red, just to catch your eye. I don't even know if that's a Tesla on the fucking front. You see some palm trees in the background to make sure you know it's LA, right? But when I tell you, whoever put this thing together, man, I'm not, listen, whoever put this, I haven't seen it completely, but I've seen snippets of it and it's bad. This is a sensationalized documentary, and I feel like they did not expect this type of backlash. But, anyways, let's read it. It says, actually, let's go forward, right? Let's skip to the other side. It says, a 14-year-old girl, the rising music star David, and the mysterious disappearance turn gruesome murder. The new details emerging from the text messages, photos, and DNA that authorities say destroyed 2 lives. Wow. Isn't that so crazy? Why don't we go ahead and watch it? And, I'm not promoting it or anything, but when you watch the shit, it's nothing that I or any other content creator on YouTube hasn't covered already. They're trying to milk this shit for some ratings. And in my opinion, why wait till this long? This shit is. But let's just see what the community had to say, right? Maybe I'm just over here tripping. There is not one mention of this girl's name in the entire promotion. And a lot of people say that, you don't have to ask to do a documentary, but it's common practice. I highly doubt that this was cleared by the Celeste Rivas family, even though I have my reservations about them. I highly doubt they wanted this shit out there. But hold on, before we move forward, man, I just want to show you some of the comments because this kind of surprised me, bro. I wasn't expecting an actual documentary to come out before the trial was even concluded. Like, it could turn out, and I'm not saying that this is the truth, but it could turn out that a completely different person killed her and David was framed like all the trolls say online, even though I'm pretty sure he did it right. It could come out something completely different, but now you have a fully published documentary on Hulu. I just find that a little odd to me. But anyways, let's see what the community had to say here. So I mean, it's kind of obvious. It says, "Ew, such a disrespectful title." Someone else said, "My stomach hurts literally turning. What the actual fuck is wrong with people?" Someone also said, yeah, also saying a 14-year-old girl, comma, the rising music star David in the description. And they do things like this on purpose. They're sensationalizing to the fullest. Now I'm not even sure if they knew that Celeste Rivas met David at a younger age. Who fucking knows? Like I said again, I haven't seen this entire documentary, but I've seen snippets. And just by the title alone, it feels like somebody didn't do their homework. This is common knowledge. Did you even read the report? It's not that many pages. It's really not that many pages. Someone could finish that with a cup of coffee in the next hour or so if they want to fully understand what happened. I don't really get why this is. But, anyways, let's keep going. Someone else said, not to mention she has a name. It's Celeste. A 14-year-old girl, just say her name. I don't know why Hulu did that. Somebody responded, I know I hate it here. What the fuck? She was 14 and bro, she died at 13. Well, I don't think that she wasn't 14, bro. She died at 13. She did die at 14. So they got that right. Um let's see what else people had to say. Somebody else said, "Who the f approved that title?" And somebody else here, Powerline, says, it's probably nothing that a YouTube video essay hasn't covered. These kinds of docs often go overshadowed by some really incredible work and well-researched videos by today's content creators. And I think that's what the issue is right now. I think these networks are realizing that this story has been covered to its entirety. Like, when that documentary came out with The Crash, it was kind of like a similar thing. The only thing with The Crash and Mackenzie Cirilla was that I feel like it was more of a niche topic, so the documentary just let more eyes see it. But if you're really getting into the nitty gritty, content creators covered this shit so long ago, and they will continue to. So I feel like some of these networks, obviously Netflix was a success, but these other networks are just trying to compete. And they're doing weird tactics like saying the 14-year-old in a trunk. Like, what are we? Her name's Celeste, bro. You could have put her name in there and say she was 14 in the trunk. I'm just saying, it seems a little creepy to me. I'm just gonna read a few more content. I'm gonna read a few more comments because we have to move forward. But hold up, folks. Before we even keep going, I know it's summertime and some of y'all might be looking for a little extra cash, and that is exactly why I have partnered up with Money Pilot. Money Pilot is an app that you can download directly to your phone, and it allows you to claim class action lawsuits that you're eligible for. So, for example, we've all used Yahoo before. We've had data in there, right? I was able to recover $325 from a Yahoo data breach lawsuit. You might be eligible as well. Make sure you guys go and download the app, man, and tell me how you feel about it. I think you'll like it. Somebody else said, that title, yuck, Celeste was a human being. But see, no, to them, I don't want to put any words in anybody's mouth, but to most people in the space, like these big like corporate offices, she's a number. That's all she is. Dead ass, bro. Somebody else said, I haven't seen this documentary, but I'm assuming that since Celeste's family didn't agree to have any documentaries regarding her case, this Hulu's cheap attempt at avoiding a lawsuit while still exploiting her death for viewership and profit. I don't know why I can't read today. How disappointing. I mean, it's kind of obvious. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't talk about it. I mean, hell, that's my job. But do it with some integrity. Like, damn it. You guys are massive. You guys, it's Hulu, bro. Isn't Hulu like connected to Disney or some shit? You guys are you can't fail. You statistically cannot lose. Just do the title right, bro. I don't know, but anyways, there's been a lot of people online raging about that shit. For days now I've been seeing it, and I figured that I guess we really need to talk about it. And that kind of pushes over into our secondary topic because more digging has been done. I think this documentary kind of woke up the people in that Reddit, and they're going to dig. And they were able to find, allegedly, this is David's mom speaking to them about God and speaking to them about having good morals, and specifically Happy Pride Month, right? Specifically speaking to them about sexuality and what God believes about it, right? And I think, I don't want to put any sexuality on anybody, but I think it's because David and his brother might seem a little flamboyant, if that's a okay word to say, a little flamboyant. You know what I'm saying? David with the nails, with the hearts on his pimple. I'm thugging my pimples out. You see these two big boys right here? You not finna see no fucking stars on my forehead. That shit's stupid. Anyways, I think this voice message is pertaining unto their flamboyantness. And I just want to give you guys a little rundown of what life was like for David with his parents. And we're gonna start this right now, but I will say them Jesus kids, man. I'm talking them super religious kids. I'm raising my hand too. They usually turn out kind of bad, and we just had no idea how bad David really was gonna turn out. Let's check this out.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Hope all is well with everyone. I'm coming to you because I have some concerns, some societal concerns.
Societal concerns, of course. We need to nip those societal concerns in the ass, right? Just go ahead and take care of them. What you guys say, Mama Burke?
I am looking around and I am listening, and what is happening is bothering me pretty much. I'm not worried by it, but it's just bothersome. So I have a reveal to make at the end of this video, and I hope you stick around long enough to hear my reveal. I just wanted to start off by saying society has a double standard, and for those of us, there are some people out there who are like me, and when we see what's happening, we want to speak up, but we don't. But
She's about to get into the gay shit right now. Right? She's trying to inch her way into it because she knows her boys like to paint their nails and put stars on their forehead. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with it, but she got a problem with that. And apparently her son, singular, likes to stuff girls into Tesla frunks as well, allegedly, right? So I'm not sure when this was like posted or anything, but it's titled like this: David's mother in question mark posts bizarre video preaching on otherwise mundane childhood channel of his and potentially Caleb's. Now, a lot of people have been doing their research and they even found out where David's mom is from. She's from the Caribbean, and they're putting that together and realizing that this woman also has an accent. We're pretty sure this is David's mom, right? We can't know for sure, but it definitely goes along the lines of his upbringing from the things that we know. I could almost guarantee you that this is David's mom, but for legal purposes, we're just going to say allegedly. Let's keep on going because she's going to get into the whole, you know, the praying and the gaying and all that stuff.
decided that I need to say something. I'm going to start by saying society tells us that we are to follow our heart. That's what the lingo is now.
Yeah.
Live as thou wilt.
Yeah.
Live the way you want to. Live out what you feel. You want to be married today and you don't want to be married tomorrow, you're free to that. You want to get married to a tree, you're free to do that.
Well, I don't know.
You want to get married to animals, you're free to do that.
I don't. Whoa, hold on.
You want to express your love, male on male, female on female.
Whoa.
Society says you're free to do that.
Whoa. Now listen, we can't compare homosexuality to bestiality. I don't think those two things really are comparable. If you want to marry your pet lion, I don't think they're going to let you do that. What comes after marriage night? You're supposed to constantly, ew. That would constitute as an illegal. We don't do that. We don't do that. No. And you're comparing that to some gay shit. Oh Lord, listen, I don't know what's up with mom. I don't, I don't know what's up with David's mom right now, but she's kind of tweaking. She's kind of tweaking. She's kind of tweaking. Listen, I don't know why we had to involve the animals and the trees when you're just trying to tell your sons not to be gay. I don't know. Yo, this is an odd voice message, and I just had to bring it to y'all because this shit, man. And again, coming from a religious household and shit, I turned out okay, I think, maybe. But I've seen from my own, because, growing up in a religious household, you have religious friends and you have religious, everybody, they surround you by religious people, right? I've seen some badass kids. I'm talking demons, monsters, and it's all because their parents are too strict. I'm not sure if that was the situation with David and his parents. And I'm not necessarily saying that that happens for everybody, but shit, bro. They might have been a little too strict, and he just broke out the chains. He went buck wild, as the kids they say.
It says that your heart wants what it wants, and you cannot deny your heart what it wants. And I think that only goes for certain people. It's not an exclusive statement. Only certain people are allowed to express themselves in that way concerning their heart and who they love and what they want. Others are not so much. And I'm trying to understand why. We tell children that if you are a boy or a girl and you feel, that's the key word, and you feel that you are something different.
What are you trying to tell me? Mom, just talk to me. Do you think I'm Do you think I like Listen, I'm not sure the context of this, but David's mom is out here preaching, man, and I'm just saying, she may have seen something and never said, when they say see something, say something. I don't know if she saw like interesting behavior from David, but I think she may have saw what he's into and then maybe saw violence attached to it. And maybe she was like, ooh, this might be a little volatile, a little crazy little fuck. But no, she tried to preach the freak out of him. She tried to preach the underage loving out of him. No, you can't do that, man. You gotta send him to a facility. Now, I'm not comparing him being kind of flamboyant to liking underage people. Not saying that. But I'm saying that I feel like his mom may have seen some interesting behavior, being flamboyant, one of them, being a little violent, one of them, and she just grouped it all together and was like, you know what, let me preach to him and that'll save him. Right? Oh, man. Shit. Now I'm really curious about that family. Now I want to know what dad, mom, I want to know what everybody does in that family now. Now I'm curious. See, now I'm curious. Let's keep going.
That you are different from the gender you were born and you want to be another.
Hold on, let me back it up because she's in the middle of talking. All right, boom, boom, boom.
Are different from the gender you were born.
Okay, we're going to do that one more time. I'm so sorry. Boom, boom, boom.
Word, and you feel that you are something different, that you are different from the gender you were born and you want to be another, or you don't want to be anything. You're free to swing whichever way you choose. Fluidity. Also, people who love inanimate objects, people who are in love with trees and marry trees, people who are...
I did fuck a cardboard box once when I was about yay high. I did fuck a cardboard box once. Does that mean I love the box? Probably not. Probably not. Just, I don't know.
Are in love with animals and want to marry animals. People who are in love with machines, dolls and mechanical machines, and want to marry those things. And
I did have a Honda Civic Coupe that my mom had. I drove it everywhere. Honda Civic Coupe, I think it was 2009. I did fuck that Honda. Does it mean I love the car? Probably not, but just a few things I fucked that were inanimate. Am I evil now, Mrs. Burke? That was a joke. I never fucked the car.
Want to have relations with those things, that they are free to do that. You are free to be you. That's what I'm hearing. You are free to be you. But I'm not so sure about that. Because as I said, that seems to only go in a certain direction.
Yeah.
Loving who your heart chooses to love only goes in a certain direction, because if I don't agree with what is said, then there are names that are called.
What?
So before I go any further, I know I started this video by saying I want to do a reveal,
Okay.
and I'm going to talk about whom my heart loves.
Oh Lord. Okay, we're gonna stop there. All right.
Who I choose to love. And love is a choice. No one is forced to love anyone. Love is a choice. And this choice is mine. This is a choice.
Okay, so basically she's just gonna go on and say, you know, you gotta be straight arrow. You gotta not love the people you love. You gotta just stay. You gotta not be the way that you're kind of already are. You know, she does a whole bunch of shit saying that, you know, I choose to love, and she gets religious again. You know how it goes. But I do think, folks, that this was a bit of an indicator. This was a bit of an indicator showing that there were issues with David, to the point to where she needed to have this conversation. Maybe she just posted it on their channel or put it out there in hopes that he would listen to it, because she also said at the beginning, make sure you listen to this all the way through. I think Mama had some vision of this little monster and tried to mitigate it, but she ain't try hard enough, bruh. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments, man. Y'all let me know what you think. This is the first time I've ever heard this recording. And we'll probably be live tomorrow and we'll cover the entire thing. But until then, man, you already know what time it is, folks. Stay aside, stay safe. Don't be a fucking dumbass. I'm out. Peace.